Yeah, we come out here this morning to cut a bit of wood. It's with a silky, and I saw a couple of bottles on the ground here. It's a bit of broken glass. And I thought, oh, there's been a few yobbos here or something, making a mess, but anyway, had a bit more of a look. I dug these out, and what it is, this is an old rubbish dump from the homestead. There was a homestead used to be right here, very small. There's just some small foundations left. Anyway, what they've done is they've dumped their rubbish in here, and this tree is growing right over the top of it because all the rubbish is right in amongst the roots of the tree. Had a bit of a dig around, and look at that, we found that. That's pretty cool. It's an old plate. North Staffordshire Pottery Company, Cambridge, England. So that's pretty cool. There's an old bottle, property of Pick Me Up. Probably a bottle of tomato sauce or something. Anyway, we'll have a quick dig and see what we can find in here. See how it's just all scattered amongst the roots of this tree. So this tree's growing right over the top. And this tree would have to be 100 years old. A lot of bottles, and the tree has broken all the glass.
Little tin can or something. Oh, it's a pot.
Saucepan. A bottle inside it. The tree sort of smashed everything. Little cooking pot. We could probably use that, can't I? Cook our brekkie on it. I think it's a little ceramic cooking pot. That's pretty cool.
There. Whoa. There's a bottle.
Oh yeah, what's that? Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, there we go.
Beer bottle. The New South Wales Bottle Company. This bottle is the property of the New South Wales Bottle Company. Look at that. So it's a beer bottle. Look at the size of the neck on it. There's an intact one, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's survived pretty well. Bottle. Oh, look at that.
What, does that say Vegemite?
Vegemite.
Really?
Oh, look at that. A little Vegemite can.
Not sure if you can see that. There you go.
We'll have to find out what the New South Wales Bottle Company wants.
Right. What is it?
Another full bottle.
Really?
Wow, got a cap on and everything.
Where's this one from? It doesn't say.
Property of Cotties. Passiona.
Passiona?
It's a bottle of Passiona.
That's my favourite drink.
So,
this bottle always remains the
better give it back to
property
them,
of Cotty's Passiona.
Oh, Cotties. Well, good old Aussie family living here. They've got Vegemite and Cotties and a bottle of beer. So, some good old Aussie patriot been living here. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I might take a couple of those, eh, you reckon?
Yeah, take the
That's pretty cool.
bottles. Show your grandpa if you're interested in that.
You love that.
And the Vegemite one, that's cool.
Where's that?
Just here.
You got it?
Yep.
Filming?
Yep.
Well, we found a bit of wood and cut some up, and see you got the billy going. This is great, the little UNIFLAME tripod, and you can, such an advantage to have that tripod on there. So I'll get a brew going. Might as well show you around the camp a little bit. Been good to set both awnings up because I've never used the AWNING one before, but I think it shows in a way a lot of advantages on the Rapid Wing. See how tight it is? The wind was blowing last night, and because you've got the poles, there's no flapping. You know, it's not going to blow away, you know, unless really high winds, but you're just getting this flapping happening. And the other good thing with this is if it's really windy, you know, you got your 5 poles, you can also use these little ties here. These are really important because in really driving rain and really strong wind, you can put another peg down and another rope on each of these points. And you can't do that on this one here. So you haven't got quite as much coverage, but there's nothing to stop water pooling, and this is what's happened overnight. Hasn't had a lot of rain, but you know, you can't stop that because there's nothing to sort of tie down to. And I think we just got to try and pull it a bit tighter again, but you know, you get this sort of thing happening at night. See now, there's only one pole, but you get this happening when the wind's blowing. So I'm not sure why they don't have a pole here, because it's obviously made for a pole, but they don't come with a pole. And I think you need the poles, really. If you're going to have poles, you may as well, you know, have a Rapid Wing. But that's what happens like that. And these poles here as well, I don't quite get it. That's your peggable foot, I suppose, but it just doesn't quite work out. I mean, you're going to have a very small peg that goes in there. And then the other thing I can't figure out is this. And that's obviously a strap to hold it down. But it's virtually unadjustable. Well, if you want to make that longer, watch. I'll pull that peg out for a moment. If I want to make that longer, I can do that, but it's impossible to shorten. So you've got to, if you wanted to shorten that rope, or tighten the rope, as you do, you can't do it, because you need the slack in the rope to shorten it. So you can never get that tight. You know, it's just, that's as tight as I can get it. I just don't understand it. And I'll show you over here, what I've done just makes sense. Cut that strap off. I mean, that's like a tie down strap. Whacked on a little one of these Oz-10 ropes. What's this? That's how rope should work. So we put that on there last night to stop the flapping because it was just bouncing around all over the place. And the other thing I've noticed as well, right, without the poles, which is, you know, how it's sort of advertised, have a look up in here, the bracket. So you've got a lot of pressure on the bracket up there. Right, now we've used the brackets where we put all the rapid wings for a couple of years, which is set here. But on these, you've got to have a bracket right back here. So this, the pressure on this point here is a lot. You know, have a look at that. On that point there, that's where all the pressure is translated because there's no poles. And if it's flapping around, then you're going to be, you know, putting pressure. You can see it now with the wind on your mount. So a rapid wing, or these type of awnings, you can put them on really easy, just anywhere along the length, because the back is a lot stronger. And there's no pressure on this point at the end here because there's poles. So like if you've got a twin cab, you know, the awnings are 2.5 meters long, and a twin cab, you've often only got bars about this far apart. So I just don't know how you would mount this to like a twin cab, because this rear bracket has to be super strong, and it also needs to overhang the back of the vehicle a little bit so you can bring it around and it doesn't hit on the roof rack. So I think they must be difficult to mount, and you need a really strong bracket at the back here. And yeah, this is the main thing that we originally picked up on. That's just, I just don't know why that's so short. You can see from here, and then on this one here, all on the rapid wing, all those spreader bars are the same length, and there's no reason this can't be the same length as this here. And this could come out to here, and you've got all that extra coverage, which is, here's where you want the coverage on a vehicle, and particularly on a trailer. It doesn't matter on this trailer, it's a bike trailer, but you've got a kitchen on a trailer, it's sitting right here. You can see it just doesn't work. So I just don't understand that either. So from first looks, you know, they're very impressive, and for a lot of people they will suit, I'm sure, because they're quick to set up. But the speed of setting up is only one advantage, but there's a lot of things that just don't quite stack up, you know. Anyway, it's good to have a look at it. These two, look, these are only aluminium. They look really strong, and they look super strong, but look at that. What's this? I mean, it's not very strong at all, actually. I just don't, I think that aluminium, I can't see why that aluminium is so weak, you know. It's like, you know, someone was saying that when you get high winds they break, and that's where they break right here. And you know, I can see why, because it has created a weak point. It's not strong as it is, and then they've cut a lot out. So anyway, interesting to see the differences. You know, I know how good these are, but having the two together is, you know, I mean, these are made in South Africa, about 1,800 bucks. And these are made in Australia, and about 1,000 bucks. So, you know, it's interesting to see the differences. And when you've got them together, you can really, you know, you can really point out those differences quite easily. So, trucks, you know, as it always is, found the nice little bottles and stuff this morning, which is pretty cool. Got a little Drifta table out, we're going to have a brew. Well, this is ready now, Cotto, I reckon.
UNIFLAME pot.
Yeah, there we go. So, I'll get the tea towel. Just fix that off. There's a little stainless steel UNIFLAME. I haven't got any gloves. I need me big Snow Peak or UNIFLAME gloves. Little stainless kettle is pretty good. Going for a bean. So stainless steel. Got the little cap, that's important so all the ash doesn't get in. And having that, so you couldn't put a billy on top of those coals really, because it's, you know, they're only fresh coals and still good heat there, but you're not going to sit a billy very well on that. But having this little chain thing, it's really good. We'll let that sort of rough a bit. This rear frame is pretty good. We made it way too heavy, we couldn't get the right checker plate or this tread plate. We're going to go much lighter. I'm going to also look at putting the tyre over the front there, front left. And then put twin jerry cans up there, just to get the tyre off the back, because it's fairly heavy. But you can see the bike's sitting nice in there. And it's sort of just enough, you can still get in here okay. You know, we can tilt this up. This is a tilting frame. But it's hard when your tent's up and the awning's up as well, so we might just leave it down. And we had a good sleep last night. One problem was the boys have forgot to put the ladder in. We haven't quite got there too because there's no ladder mount. So we've got to put a ladder mount on here. But then this here's in the road, this is a little ensuite. So what we'll do, we're going to change that mounted externally here on our new little swing out method. So this will be mounted so it swings out of the road, and the ladder will go here. Now tent's been great, I mean your flips open and that's it, literally. I like the fact that it's high, you know, so you can kneel up in it. I think you're trying to put your pants on in the morning, your jeans or whatever, and it's handy to be able to kneel up. And even just getting your bed set, I like the fact that it's high. But I'll tell you what, there's no room in it, you know. Normally, you know, in a bunker you roll, I don't know, it's like you take your jeans off and maybe you could put it out here, but it's all going to get wet. So we put our jeans and you know, and your jacket at the back of the foot of the bed. Well, there's not enough room to lie down. Your feet are sort of touching, so there's no room in there for, certainly not a bag like the Hannibal 2x2.4 we've had for a long time that flips over, creates literally twice the space. Now you've got to flip it over, you've got to unzip the bag off. But so this is quicker, but there's disadvantages, you know, and the disadvantage is you don't have a lot of room. For two people, I mean, it's very cosy. You know, you got to be, you know, get on pretty well with the person you're sleeping with, and you don't even have room really for your clothes or a pair of shoes or anything. So you need to be able to get sort of you know, it needs a boot shelf. I think we're trying to get some sort of boot shelf. Biggest thing the rooftop tents is having somewhere to put your boots when you get in and out, you know. Especially in this cold, wet weather. But the other thing, of course, is there's no little cover over the tent, over the door. Now, Alicab allows for a nice cover here, but we haven't got the bows. The boys left that out as well. I've tied that up because it flaps everywhere, see? Even this rope, I mean, it flaps around in the wind and just goes like this all night. So I tied that off. But this is designed to give you, it comes out here on some little, you know, on some bows. So it's designed to cover the door when you get in and out of the tent, which is good. And there's the mount for the ladder here. But you can't get in and out while the awning's there. So if you're going to have the Alicab tent and the awning, it makes sense that you have the ladder on this side. But they don't come with the ladder on this side, there's no mount there. So we've got to take that mount off and put it on here. But then there's no cover over the window. So I just don't really get that either. I mean, it looks like the products are sort of 3/4 designed and then that's it, you know. So what we'll have to do, I mean, it's obvious if you've got the pair that you have to access here. And, you know, you just, you've got to have a coverage over this. So we'll put a bit of sail track along here. We'll screw that on. Nice bit of sail track. And we'll have a bit of canvas goes on there. And the canvas will sort of come out like a triangle with a pole here. That can be quite a big square, quite a big triangle of canvas with a single pole, or maybe even two poles. And that'll give quite a nice little shelter here. So I think that's really needed, so we'll have to start doing that. A little bit like the Hannibal. When we first bought the Hannibal tent, it was exactly the same. We made so many changes, because there was just things that needed doing. The windows were upside down, the cover was terrible, you know, the base wasn't right. We did so many changes, and we've done those 3 years ago, and now it's been brilliant. All these little things make such a big difference, and so we're going to have to do the same with this, I reckon, just our own little mods and touches. But apart from that, you know, the setup's pretty good, and you know, it's not easy to combine a bike trailer and a camper trailer. Someone the other day asked me for, they said they love this, but they wanted a fridge in a kitchen to pull out here, or out the side. But once you do that, you can see straight away your awning's not going to cover. So that's the problem, first up. And then this box is full of batteries and shower and your gear and everything else. So where do you put all that, you know? You have to put another box up here, and there's a box up here, you can't open that. And you know, we always try to keep things reasonably simple, and we don't want to turn this bike trailer into a camping trailer, you know. I'm not sure if we're going to fit it with a fridge and a kitchen and all that sort of stuff. I've got a fridge there, a kitchen there, so you know, I think that's fine. But we've got to be careful we don't go too far, and it's endless, you know, how far you can go. Next thing, the trailer is longer, it's heavier, you know, and then it weighs a lot more, and then next thing you have twin axles, next thing you're talking, you know, it's another $10,000. Anyway, here's what we've been using. Look at that. That's what we call in the gear bag. This was the bag for the Weber Q, the baby Q. We made it 12 ounce with a cover over the zip, some handles to pull it out. Nice strong handles. But we're going to make these now. It's just such a good bag. We'll make 3 sizes, one a little bit bigger, one a little bit smaller. So I'll say to the girls, or Jenny, like 20% smaller than this and 20% bigger. So there's 3 sizes. But that in there kind of got my helmet out. That's got my helmet, gloves, you know, my jacket, my boots, everything's in there. And how's that? That's a gear bag. That one's Potato. It's got mud all over it, but everything inside is dry and clean, and you can chuck that in the back of a ute or a trailer. That's the ideal motorbike gear bag. So, you know, you can put a lot of stuff in those, and we'll put these on the web as well, and you know, I think they're going to be great. Well, this little tree's going good, kind of, eh? We watched this grow.
Pine tree.
Yeah, look at it. There's the new growth. It's interesting, we drove in here last night late. Remember that all the new growth was like a silver colour, wasn't it? Remember that? But in the morning it's not. This was glowing silver last night, and all of the other pines, but you know, look at the beautiful little growth coming out of it. Springtime now, and what a lovely little tree.
Nearly ran over it.
Yeah, well, we didn't, did we? I'm really careful not to run over this little thing, because, you know, look at it go. Alright, so let's get into a brew, mate, and gotta get some bacon eggs going, eh?
Alright.
Well, there's brekkie cooked. Look at that. Well, is that Cotto?
Great.
Bacon eggs on the fire pit in the morning. Standard bloke's breakfast. Got Billy on again. So, get another brew.
Yep.
And then we'll get the bikes off and get ready, eh?
Yeah, that's going to be good. Pretty muddy up here. It's been raining for a while. All last night and yesterday when we were driving in, so
yeah,
it's going to be heaps good.
There's our little setup. And you got the drone, haven't you?
Yeah. The wind's died down now, so that'll be good for it.
I know.